David, D, A and E.
Yes, 3 new chords to learn. I should just say that across lessons 7, 8 and 9, there's 9 chords. We learned 4 chords in lesson 7. These are the next 3, and then there's another 2 in lesson 9. The reason I say that is those 9 chords will get you an awful lot of songs that you can play. So, you know, not too many, and you can play quite a lot of stuff. So the next 3, as you say, are D, A and E, all major. First chord is D.
Yes.
Okay, we play this one by placing our first finger at the 2nd fret on string number 3. Our 2nd finger goes on the top string at fret 2, and our 3rd finger goes on the 2nd string at fret 3. And because it's a D chord, we strum from the D string, which is the 4th string.
That little tip that you gave us.
That's it. And there it is. Nice, happy, major sounding chord, D major. Second chord I'd like to mention is a chord of A major.
All right.
A major. Now this one has 3 fingers in the same fret. Now this brings up an issue for some people, myself included, as to which fingers to use, because it's quite tricky to fit your first 3 fingers into the same fret. I tend to use my last 3 fingers, i.e. my little finger, my 3rd finger and my 2nd finger.
Is that literally down to size of fingers fitting in such a small
if you're a youngster
space?
who's learning to play and your hands aren't too big yet, the first 3 fingers will fit in. So I really don't mind how you do it, either fingers 1, 2 and 3, or fingers 2, 3 and 4. I'm going to demonstrate them with fingers 1, 2 and 3 today, which is not my normal way of doing it, but I think most other people will prefer it that way. We take our first finger and we place it at string 4 on fret 2. Our 2nd finger then goes on string 3 in fret 2, and our 3rd finger goes on string 2 in fret 2. So
naturally you're going to have one on one side of the fret, one sort of in the middle of the fret.
You can't get them absolutely vertical, but they're going to be slightly at an angle. Okay. Again, because it's a chord of A, we strum from the A string, which is the 5th string. And there's a chord of A major. When I play the exercises, and I change between the A's and D's, I may well use my preferred fingering, which is fingers 2, 3 and 4. But I don't mind how people do that, either fingers 2, 3 and 4, or 1, 2 and 3. Sounds exactly the same.
Yeah.
Okay?
Personal preference.
Personal preference. That's a chord of A major. And finally, E major. Now, E major has a first finger on string 3 at fret 1.
Yeah.
Finger 2 goes on string 5 at fret 2. And finger 3 goes on string 4 at fret 2.
Okay, so that's first finger...
String 3,
fret 1.
2nd finger, string 5, fret 2. And 3rd finger, string 4, fret 2. It's a chord of E major, so we strum from the 6th string, which is the E string. All 6 guitar strings. So we have a chord of D, we have a chord of A, and we have a chord of E.
And obviously if we've got our Gigajam notes at home, we can have a look at the diagrams.
We can follow those through.
Videos.
We can exactly that. So can carry on with those and play all the exercises. Now there's plenty of exercises in this lesson. Plenty of exercises. Maybe we should have a look at one of those.
Indeed.
One of those now. If you'd like to go down to, let me just see, exercise 9, I beg your pardon. I'll play exercise 9. We've got 2 bars of A, quarter notes, and then 2 bars of D, quarter notes.
Yeah.
I'll then jumble up the A's, the D's and E's so you get all the permutations. But let's just have a little look at this one at sort of 80 or 90 beats per minute.
Okay.
And I'll play 2 bars of A and 2 bars of D. And again, run these round as slow as you want to go, you know, so you get used to moving the fingers, moving the chords, try and make all the fingers land simultaneously, make sure that all the notes work on each of the individual chords, check them out one at a time. Same as we did with G, E minor, A minor and D7. Should be in the drill now of how to make sure the chords work, really.
Is there an idea of maybe, before you start this exercise, just practising the A shape and then the D shape and just sort of going between the two? I
think the key thing is to make sure you know the chords as individual chords. That's very, very important. So whatever chord you're coming from, you know what you're going to. I find sometimes that students can play a certain chord providing they're coming from a certain other chord.
Oh, so that's what you'd get into the habit of doing.
Yeah, you have to be able to hit any chord from any other chord. I think the extractor is probably the best way to make sure you can actually do that. Of course, feel free to chop and change on your own without the software. That's absolutely fine. But then dial that up and have a go.
All right, so I've got it on 80 BPM. Is that a good enough speed for you?
That's fine, no problem.
3, 4. First of all, A.
Okay.
A, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Change to D, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and stop.
Perfectly synced.
Brilliant.
What we've then got is a whole bunch of exercises giving you all the possible combinations of A, D and E. So exercise number 10 is just A to E, 11 is E to D, and so on. I'd like to jump a little bit ahead, if I may, to exercise 13.
Exercise 13, unlucky for some.
Unlucky for some, hopefully not unlucky for me.
Excellent.
Yeah. What we've got in exercise 13 is A, D, A and E, the 3 new chords in one exercise, only 1 bar of each chord.
Okay.
So I think this is a good one for people to practice on these 3 new chords.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you just like to dial up the extractor, I'll have a go at that one. So it's a bar of A, a bar of D, another bar of A, and a bar of E. All
played on quarter notes.
Yes. So
and then with your strumming, because that's what we were talking about in the first half of the lesson, just strumming down.
Still just strumming down. Still just strumming down. No upstrokes whatsoever. Come to those
because
shortly.
they're quarter notes, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so here it is.
Here
I've got it on 80 BPM for you because you said a little bit quicker.
Yes.
Bit more
Just give it
pace,
a little bit
bit
momentum,
easier.
yeah, of course. But slow it down if the chords are too difficult.
Absolutely. So this is first of all A, 3, 4, change to D, 3, 4, change to A, 2, 3, 4, change to E, 2, 3, 4, A, 3, 4, D, 2, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, and E, 2, 3, 4. One more time round. A, change to D, change to A, and then finishing with E. I'm going to do it one more time.
Okay.
D, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, and this time finishing 2, 3, 4, stop.
Okay. Exercise 14 has the same chords but just in different orders, so we can jump over that one I think at the moment.
Right.
And go to exercise 15.
Exercise 15. What
Yes.
happens in exercise 15?
The reason I'd like to look at exercise 15 is it's the same 3 chords, but we've got the strumming again with the upstrokes. Same rhythm that we learnt in lesson 7. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. So if I just demonstrate that on a chord of E,
yeah.
This sounds like this. And what we've got here is 2 bars of each chord. So 2 bars of A, 2 bars of D, back to 2 bars of A.
Same rhythm.
And 2 bars of E, but that rhythm 1, 2, 3 and 4 and.
Okay.
Not forgetting to let go of the chord on the final 8th note of the bar before a chord change.
And also in this one we haven't got the U's and the D's for the up and the down strokes.
That's right. By this point the idea is that you can understand where they fall, and the ups are always on the offbeat, on the ands, on the 8th notes. So on the and of 3 and the and of 4.
Good stuff.
Okay.
All right, tempo?
Let's knock it up to say 100. Again, you want that momentum in your right hand, so let's try it at 100, but of course if the chords are too difficult at that speed, slow it back down again.
Always.
Okay.
Here we go, counting you in. That's it. Now moving to D, to A, and E. Back to A, second bar of A, changing to D, second bar of D, changing to A again, and changing to E. Second bar of E,